We're live.
Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Live from the Apocalypse, where we play tabletop role playing games to benefit nonprofits, aid organizations, and other charitable causes. We just ask that if you like what you see here, rather than subscribing or giving us bits or the normal Twitch stuff, you take that money and donate it directly to the organizations for which we fundraise. This stream is raising money for Planned Parenthood. And so if you want to go and donate at any point to our program, you can type exclamation point PP donate into the chat. Yes, it is funny. Yes, it is the real command. Our bot will then post the link, and you can make the McElroy brothers yell at us, but only Andy will hear you because he's the one who runs the stream. So
It's okay. It makes me
the
happy.
McElroy brothers will yell over the stream, and Andy will then yell at us. We also have channel points that you can use to unlock our emotes without subscribing, as well as to interact with and influence the stream in other ways. Let's see, in this stream, you can support a player by donating and giving advantage or inspiration. You can use your channel points to give inspiration.
Ooh.
Bazooka, what are you doing?
So inspired.
My dog is afraid and is now hiding under my computer. I don't know what has happened.
Should we donate more to make your dog less afraid?
Yeah, I think that would help. I think that would very much help.
And it works. It works. The donation things work. I got inspiration last game from a watcher, Spencer, and thank you for that. I will use it wisely because I got a crit and then a fail, so I need it.
Yes, yes, it was an extremely important role. All right, everybody. So I think that is all of the housekeeping for today. So without further ado, let's get into it. We open today's game on the bar in Olivine, which is a town, sort of a border town in the land of Ev, which borders the deadly desert that surrounds the magical land of Oz. And in the bar is the owner of the bar, Peregrine Mandible, a construct that sort of tends the bar on its little tracks, pouring drinks very mechanically and interacting with customers. Also in this bar is a sort of perched on the back of a bar stool is a toucan. Now this is Oz, so this toucan is a capital T toucan, which means it is a talking toucan. Which
Justin, fucking rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Non-speaking counterparts. So this is a big goddamn hornbill, just chilling at the bar, getting kinda sauced. And next to this toucan is Andy, could you describe your character for us? Who are we? Who are we being blessed with the presence of today?
Well, thank you for asking. Two things. One, we just got a donation for $10 from Guest Checkout.
Thank you, Guest Checkout.
You rock.
Thank you, Guest.
Hopefully Zuka is less scared because of it.
Are you less scared, girl? No, she's really not. I don't know what's happened. It's not a thunderstorm. She's just being weird. Okay.
But yeah, in the bar is a gentleman with like big bright aviator style sunglasses. He's got like a tie around his neck that's just like bright fluorescent pink. It's just been loosened. He's wearing like a jacket with just crazy sequin designs on it. A couple like wrist cuffs, a nice watch. He's got like one gemmed looking earring. And he just kind of got a bit of a lean, and he leans towards, he leans towards the toucan, and he's just saying, the thing you got to remember, man, it's always about playing the odds. The more you play, the more you're going to win. And, like, honestly, if you start taking a loss and you walk away, that's just quitter talk, dude. Like, just...
Yeah, nah. You can't be in it to win. I'm here for the love of the game.
Well, right, but what's the favorite part of the game itself? It's the winning, right? That's what you love. The rush, the thrill, the adrenaline.
Well, yeah, winning's great. You can't win. Nobody wins all the time.
Well, not with that attitude, no. Look, take it from your pal Johnny here. I can tell you how to beat the house. 80% of the time, works every time.
Bim gives you a side eye, which, because he can't actually look at you straight on because he is a bird, is extremely sideways.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's just sort of this. Well, are you suggesting I cheat, mate?
No, not at all. I'm simply suggesting.
You've got kind of a piratical thing.
I'm simply suggesting that you understand the game better than the house does. Get in their head.
Bim kind of hops onto the bar and over to a little tray of like peanuts, and like hops back sort of clumsily with one in his beak. So you're crying?
Mm-hmm.
So you're crying that I've just got to study the game more.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, best way to study and experience anything is being in a live environment, just like this one. Look, let me show you. Right, and he turns and like looks over at a card table, and I want to roll insight on the card table to see if I can just kind of give a little play-by-play about what's going to go down after a round or two. If you're good with that.
Okay, this is a game that's already, you're looking at some people who are playing a game.
Yeah, like kind of pivot on the stools and would like turn, like let's watch a hand or two. Let me break this down for you, right?
Right.
And I want to try and do some like very, very basic, like, oh yeah, they're probably gonna fold, they're gonna raise, nothing that's gonna blow anybody's mind.
Yeah.
But we'll look impressive when I spin it.
Give me that insight roll.
Alrighty. I forgot where my stats are. There we go. Come here, you. Mm-hmm. Alright, that is a 21.
Ooh,
Plus 6 insight. So I just watch them for a while, and I'm like looking for tells. I'm looking for like when people get their cards and they let their shoulders slump a little bit, or they sigh, or someone like gets a bit of a smile, or they check their cards again, and I'm like, well, yeah, let me know how that goes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
So you're looking at the table, and it doesn't take you particularly long. Johnny has been doing this for a minute, and you have been doing this for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know people, and one of the things that you have found in the land of Oz despite the fact that the people playing the cards are not what you would necessarily have thought of as people, there is one human, there is also an orc, there is also a construct made entirely out of what looks like silver, and that makes your fingers itch a little bit. And there is a talking tiger, all playing poker. But the thing that you remember is that people are people anywhere, even when they're cat-shaped, or even when they are made out of solid silver. Everybody and everything has a tell. And so you start going into this. And you can see Bim, who is not a novice poker player. Bim is following you. But at a certain point, he starts to get lost. And he's just really, really just sort of riveted by what you're saying.
It's going to be, look, man, it's going to be crazy, right? You see the work over there, he's out. And then it work folds, right? Mm-hmm. And that big silver guy, he's going to go all in, and he's going to actually ante himself. Watch. He doesn't have enough to cover the bet that tiger put in. They're all in. There you go. So, now, the craziest thing about this whole system is that the person who's really going to win at the end of the day is the tiger who's baiting him.
How do you know?
He's got a pocket pair. You can see it in his grin.
You see Bim kind of squinting. We're not exactly known for our distance vision. Toucans.
No.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you see? See, he's small. Is his teeth reflective?
It's got a very tiny hint of a smile. And this is what I mean when I say practice and patience and study and committing the time here, Bim.
Committing the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I've got a 5-point system. I'm going to of course, you've got the drinks, right? I've got a 5-point system. I'm going to walk you through.
Oh, yeah. He hops back over and like, pulls out like while you're explaining your system, Bim is going to be engaging in the process of acquiring money to pay for the drinks, which involves fully diving into a bag, scrabbling around with his feet so the bag that's hung on the back of the chair kind of like waggles around, and then slowly starts emerging beak first, holding the money to pay for the drinks.
I think Johnny waves at the bartender and says, hey man, you can cancel the tab for Mr. Jameson. It's going to go on Mr. Bim here.
Very good, sir.
But yeah, let's watch another, right? I think we're going to hang out for a little bit. I'm just going to keep talking through this stuff. And then I'm going to eventually encourage him to play and try to just get really into the hype of things. But that'll just take some time.
Okay.
But I can see him kind of getting more excited about this. And that's the thing I want to build, is that like anticipation. So we just sit and talk, and like I go over my method, and I'm just like, yeah, this is it. You got to really follow your nose on this one. And that's how you actually get to success. There's a lot of mascots in this poker game, I'm just saying.
Oh, man. They're
true.
Great.
It's very good.
True.
But, yeah.
So, now that you have... Bim is now thoroughly engrossed in this Kellogg's mascot poker tournament. and is he's fully distracted. At this point, I'm going to say that on your way back to the barn, the three of y'all, Melbourne and Effie and Elise, the three of y'all pass by the bar and see, you can see Johnny in the window. And Johnny, you can see them out of the window. I don't know how many of them have met Johnny.
Evens or odds?
Yeah.
I think Johnny excuses himself and steps outside and is like, "Hey."
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
Oh, sorry, this is awkward. I know, I kind of know of you, but you don't know of me. My friend Sir Alton Edgewater was talking about you. Said you needed some help with a thing. I saw you all rolling through. I figured I'd just say hello.
Well, we're always up for new friends, and I love your tie.
Thanks. I wanted a poker game.
Oh,
That's
So,
fun.
Yeah,
that's why it doesn't match.
that's where all this stuff came from. Like, it turns out you never have to buy clothes again if you can get people to literally empty their shirts. It's crazy.
I just make mine, but you can just get it?
You just make yours? That's really cool.
Huh.
Yeah, I think you gotta... I like your process, actually. That's, What other things can you make?
Oh, all kinds of things. It's actually really fun. It's really cool to figure out exactly like what I can make out of different components that you just find around. It's very fun. It's been a really great learning experience, just walking around town and seeing different things. Like I was talking to Melbourne about his wings and how they work, and so I'm really trying to think through something about how I can make it fly. I'm not great at that yet, but I'm thinking through it.
Well,
Melbourne?
Melbourne was eyeing you up during this discussion. Like something's a little off, but then he got distracted by being brought into the conversation about the wings and everything.
Melbourne, I want you to make an insight check.
go for it.
Will do.
Well, here's to new friendships. And he, like, hands you the tie, Effie.
So that is
It's a very, very long tie.
It does
huge.
not work.
Yeah.
Does not work. It absolutely does not in any way, shape, or form fit.
That's maybe we can trim it up a little bit, but yeah, I like
That's a lovely thought.
pulls out a
So
little
I
pocket
rolled
and
a-
cuts off a piece.
I rolled a 13. Yeah, I rolled a 13.
Fantastic. What is your insight? Do you have that?
I didn't think I did, but I'm actually looking at insight here, and it's showing +5, but that seems wrong.
It's
That
based.
does not seem-
It's based on wisdom.
That's very correct.
Yeah,
You're
that's
pretty
probably
wise,
right for
right?
you.
Yeah.
I am. I mean, I have a +3 in wisdom, but I didn't think I had put a point into that.
Yeah, I only see 3 insight for you on your
Okay,
sheet
good.
that you sent me.
Good. All right. I think that's the right one. I think I might be looking at an older one. So okay, that hence my confusion. So +3, so 16. There we go.
Okay, 16. Andy, I want you to make a I want you to roll for your performance.
Righto. Okay.
Little monkey is just staring at you. Something.
Where's my performance? There we go. So this one's fun. I get to roll at advantage because I have a feat for this. So 18 plus 6, 24.
Nice.
You prepared for this. You knew that you were going to be interacting with Melbourne again. And while you were not exactly an expert in monkey sensory processing, you're pretty sure they have a better sense of smell than humans do. So you thought ahead and bought a bunch of different types of cologne to wear, to mask your scent, to change your scent.
Mm-hmm.
So, Melbourne, you're looking at this guy and you're like, something is off here. There is something weird happening. But you're pretty sure it's because he's wearing the 19-teens version of Old Spice. Like that, like, frat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Just way too much Old
Just
Spice.
caked in it.
Yeah.
So
Melbourne sort of shakes his head a little, and I don't know, he waves it off internally, and kind of refocuses on the actual conversation at hand. Just sort of looks over at Effie, and what was being said kind of comes back in, like, okay.
But yeah, like between you, me, and the rest of us, I remember Sir Alton was talking about y'all wanted to make sure that Bim had a good night out of the town, so he's primed and ready to go.
Oh, that's excellent.
Mm-hmm. Y'all want to join the party? They're about to open another table. We could probably all play.
So I think we have somewhere else to be.
No? Oh, cool.
We're sort of taking a look at this strange barn. I mean, obviously, Sir Elton trusts you and everything, so like you seem like a good friend. We're heading to this barn. We're looking at Yvi's place, where they make the olive oil, and there's some really weird stuff going on there.
Terrible things are afoot.
I haven't been yet, but I'm very curious.
So we're hoping Effie could come along and help us out, kind of figure out what's going on there, because it's a little disturbing, like calling mothers and such. It's hard to explain. We can tell you on the way if you'd like to join, but probably don't have time for
How's your relationship with your mother?
Oh yes, that's a very important thing.
Oh, my mom, man, she ran away before I was born.
Oh, that's interesting. All
Yeah.
right, you should come with us.
We
You know what,
are hearing,
Oh, please, go
we're
ahead.
hearing the voices of our mothers, and I think it has something to do with it. She like draws very, very close and dead spirit magic, and like kind of like looks you in the eyes, like her pink eyes are very, very wide, almost saucer-like. It looks like she's been through something recently. So
I mean, I'm in, because honestly, this place is getting a little predictable, right? That sounds exciting. Give me 1 second, and I will join you. And then Johnny just walks back inside and basically just shoves Bim to a table. It's like, it's like, hey, you ready? Let's go! Like, no time like the present, man. You got this.
Bim flaps, squawks, and buys in.
And is like, okay, seriously, 6-step method. Did I say 6? 5-step method. You got
Five-step
this.
method.
5-step method. So remember the 6th step, profit. You got this.
He starts playing cards.
Cool.
Uh,
Yeah.
Which, again, this is a creature that does not have hands, so it is watching it play cards is an experience.
That's so funny.
this is out of character, but I don't know if any of you have played like the older like JRPGs, like like the older Final Fantasies. Every time a new character joins your party, there's like this is going to be playing every single time, and his character joins us. And then like when they leave, it'll just be like Johnny left.
Johnny
away.
left.
Well, in those old games, you can only have like so many people in your party, right? So he's constantly being swapped out, and that explains the mechanism, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I should absolutely. I restarted playing Pokemon. Pokemon Moon again, with Theo, and
Nice.
I should name some of my Pokemon after your character because I do kind of keep swapping them in and out at this stage.
Love it.
Yeah.
Choose
I
your
think he
fighter.
just adjusts his aviators and is like, let's go check out this haunted barn.
Oh man, this guy wears sunglasses at night.
Well, yeah, it helps me see.
Well, yes, it is sundown. We're getting close to it, right?
He's that cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yep.
must get in there and then back before. If it's nightfall, we should at least avoid Shifty and going through the town square.
I
Oh, that
agree.
makes sense.
All right, so real talk. Like, how much we talking actual ghosts and how much we talking like ghost tour experience kind of vibes? Like,
Yeah,
what-
you said
what
you
do
heard
we-
their voices, right? What can
Yeah.
you tell us more?
Well, we don't know exactly where the voices were coming from. As far as I could tell, it seemed like there were traces of dead spirit magic that had kind of caused this to happen, but was no longer like active there anymore. So I honestly don't know. This is outside of my realm of knowledge. I'm not sure.
All right.
And it was distressing
Yes.
to be just sort of not attacked, but having your mom crying for you to come home while not being able to figure out where it's coming from, and like I honestly don't think it was my mother, but still, like
What made you think it wasn't her?
it didn't seem right. It didn't seem like the sort of things that she would end up saying. It just didn't quite fit. I'm not convinced that it was actually her, but I can't explain what's going on.
I also heard the voices of one of my mothers, and I'm quite certain that it was her. And in my own investigation, while Melbourne does have some differing abilities, which are quite interesting, to be honest, I do also conclude that there's dead spirit magic use there. All right, but I did not actually enter the barn. Only experienced. This is quite frightful, but I think, and that's why we have Effie here for a more scientific approach to it. She believes that by not having mother, she might not even be affected, which would be.
I'm ready.
And I could be very wrong. I mean, after all, at least this is this is what you do professionally, right? So
It is, and I have spoken to the dead before, but it's usually easier to speak to the archetypes and characters that you find in books, the well-worn paths of, like, the jokester or the regent, the lonely king, things like that we all know the stories of, or at least one. This is a little different. It's a little bit more dangerous, less tame.
honestly, I think I'm also a little afraid that that if this is dead spirit magic,
Yes.
hopefully our mothers are not dead.
That is a upsetting thought. Yeah.
And
Elise
maybe
starts-
I don't want to. It didn't seem like my mother, but maybe I just don't want to believe that it could be.
Elise, like, when you say, like, hopefully they're not dead, Elise, like, opens her mouth and then, like, purses her little lips. And she's like, yes.
I think Elise makes a real good point here, which is step one, let's find out what they want. Right? Why they're here, what they want. That's
I think it sounds like there's probably something playing some sounds, or like maybe it's like, you know, how a snow globe is like kind of like its own little world. Maybe the barn is like its own little world. Let's just figure it out.
I love it.
All right. So I'm gonna assume you guys are walking and talking.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Walking in, Johnny has 2 different shoes. His one.
I think most of us have 2 different shoes.
Well, like two entirely. Well played. 2 entirely different shoes. Though, like one is like a black boot style shoe, and the other one's like a very like nice, like probably more fancy blue something that he won off of somebody. You put the whole
One of
on
those Edgewater shoes.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
For verisimilitude. You guys make it to the
Coffee good.
you guys make it to the barn. Or to the entrance of Evie's olive growing orchard.
There we go.
Grove.
The Grove orchard. I don't know. Does orchard apply to non-fruit? It doesn't matter.
Olives
I
are
mean,
fruit. Botanically.
Botanically? Okay.
Yeah.
Botanically.
They're a stone fruit, I suppose.
Listen,
Melbourne
it's
is,
technically correct, and that's the best kind.
Melbourne is unconcerned with this terminology.
The
This is where the trees are.
the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra.
What?
Nope. We can move on.
No. Moving on.
It was not good.
You get there.
Oh my.
Elise, you were saying something?
Oh, it has no bearing on what we're experiencing right now, so don't worry about it. This is long term. This is big picture.
Oh,
Like,
say big picture words. I like big picture words.
Like once we get in like eyesight of the barn, then Elise says, "Now, originally we were coming here so we could help Edie, but I'm wondering if she owns a barn like this, does she really deserve a table in the middle during the festival? Is she ill-intentioned? And is there a different way to get the wazzle? What's it?
Wumpus.
Wampus.
Wombus. Thank you. Just still learning. That's just my general opinion. I'm hoping that we're not biting off more than we can chew.
I'm here for you guys.
I thought we were here for you. I mean, we're trying to get this plan is a little convoluted, but I'm in for it if it's the way that, you know, to get it done, to get you the Wumpus. But is Ivy really the only one who could ever get us a Wumpus?
She absolutely has one, and I saw it.
So
This seems like the easiest way, but honestly, I'm willing to go in the barn either way. I don't have a mom. I think it's going to be fine.
I admit I am curious what's happening in the barn now.
say we're
One way or
here.
another.
Yeah, we're already here. We might as well check it out. And like, look, in moments like this, I like to think back to my 5-step plan for success. Right.
5.
I was assuming people would walk away. Okay. Yeah. So
No,
We all stop
No.
dead in our track.
the first step is
Andy,
you have to
that's
actualize the
interesting.
plan. You actually believe in the plan. You have to think about the thing that you want to have happen, right? You have to really truly visualize success. And the second step is you have to plan, which is different than actualizing, right? It's different than
Obviously.
yeah, of course. Right? And then once you get the plan together, then you go to step 3, right? Which is preparation. Because once you have the plan in place, then you can put all the preparation in place to prepare for
Does
step.
that include materials?
Absolutely. So preparation is where you're getting all the material for the plan that you visualized in step 1, right? And then step 4 is where you're going to then proceed to pull the trigger on the plan, right? You're going to execute. You're gonna win. You're going to do it. And step 5 is refine the plan to make it better. So you just want to circle between step 4 and 5 constantly until you generate enough momentum to blast yourself into step 6. Profit.
I thought they
This
were only
seems
5.
convoluted. This seems I feel like that could be more straightforward. Does there have to be 5 steps?
Well, it's technically 6 because you get the profit at the end. But like the focus isn't the profit. The focus is the method, right? It's about having a good method to get to the end, which is.
So now that
Yeah, we're here at the bar.
Describing the strategy.
There are 5 to 6 steps.
5 to 6 steps. Step 7 is Joe turns into a snake. And
Cross games. Oh no. Check out the two-headed serpent every other Sunday. Right here.
Yes. And where my husband apparently turns people into snakes. That's new.
It's a good time.
So you guys are there, and as it has been getting dark, one of the things that you people made of flesh probably feel this is a little ominous. It's gotten a little bit creepy at this point. The olive trees are kind of low and scraggly, and they're casting shadows way longer than it almost feels like these stubby little trees should. Melbourne, that doesn't bother you at all. It's a grove. These are trees. This is what trees do in the setting sun. But for you, it's the man-made structures that seem almost threatening, especially that barn where you heard those voices before. You guys had broken in earlier and unlocked everything, so I'm assuming that the doors are still unlocked.
I assume there's a way I could slip in either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't relock them after our experience.
No, y'all booked it pretty quick.
Maybe that would have been a good idea. It's like lock them in. That's where they belong.
So you guys get there. The door is not open because I do remember you guys shutting the door.
I don't know anything about dead spirit magic, but do you suppose it gets stronger at night? Melbourne says apprehensively.
Elise kind of like, is the sun set?
The sun is setting. It's probably like 7 or 8 at night, but it's also like August, so it's, you know, you've still got it's low in the sky, but it's still there.
Alrighty. Elise kind of like peers at you through her veil and just goes and kind of shakes rapidly. In my experience, yes.
Steals himself because we don't have much time then.
Why would that be the case?
Make an Arcana check, Tracy.
Okay.
Or Effie.
Y'all are right. This place is a little spooky.
12.
12. You at one point read a book somewhere describing this phenomenon, but you pretty much dismissed the theory as irrelevant to your branch of knowledge. And so it's one of those things where you're like, I don't understand why that should be the case. It's stupid why that is the case. But
if someone's dead, they should just be dead at any time. Doesn't make sense that it would be stronger or weaker at any other time.
I can't argue that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I don't know. Well, you didn't grow up where I did, where, I mean, things do come out at night. There should be a reason for us to shut our doors and shutter our windows, and maybe even turn out the lights so they don't take notice of us. It's more of a human thing, perhaps?
Probably.
But that
that's
is
all
a
the
good
more.
point. I mean,
I guess it's all the more reason to quickly get in and see what's going on. Otherwise, maybe we shouldn't be here if these things are going to get stronger at night.
How well sealed is the barn door?
Not.
Unlocked.
It's a barn.
Okay.
And honestly, looking at this barn, even were it is unlocked, but even were it not unlocked, this barn is not exactly airtight. There's
Okay.
You see like a dozen cracks you could slip into without really any effort.
Before you go, like, if Effie seems like she's taking the charge on this, Elise kind of kneels down and like offers a hand or a pinky or something like that to you, and just like kind of takes your hand, and she was just like, "I'm really glad that we became friends today, and I'm glad we asked for your help. You seem not only very bright and brilliant, but you're also very brave. So give yourself a +4 to whatever you do next in the next 10 minutes.
Woohoo!
That's inspiration. Different kind of inspiration.
It's good inspiration.
I'm emboldened.
Mm-hmm.
Emboldened. All right. Okay.
So I'm definitely gonna break off away from them because like Melbourne and Elise are like sketched out, so I don't want them to like feel like they have to open the door or anything. That's why I was thinking like I'd literally try to slip in.
Okay. You can go on ahead. I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. That's 19.
19. Okay. What you hear as you enter the barn is quiet, the quiet sounds of a rocking chair on the floor and the sound of a pair of scissors. And you can hear someone humming a little tune. And it's one you remember.
Hmm.
Effie? Effie, is that you?
I'm gonna try and figure out where the sound is coming from.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going into this skeptical, so.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going into this skeptical. Hey, Bazooka, do you want to get out of there? No?
Donate more to make sure Bazooka is not scared.
Okay. Sorry. She's not a small dog, so she's slightly distracting. And licking my foot. A lot.
That's love.
Which is her. No, it's an anxious tick. So with all of the clinical detachment of a paper doll skeptic, you are going to try to figure out where this voice is coming from. So I guess go ahead and roll. What would that roll be? What do you want to roll to attempt to perceive this thing?
I would think investigation?
Yeah. Give me an investigation roll.
Oh, come on. Well, that's okay, because I have a +5 to that anyway. So that's 12.
Damn.
12? Okay.
If I wanted to do my +4, I guess I could, right?
You could.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
Do it. You're emboldened.
16. I'm feeling spicy.
Okay, Bedlam has noted at a certain point, Andy, that our dice rolls are not showing up on the stream. We are heading into the point where I'm going to need to cruise off and sing Edelweiss, not like immediately, but when we're on our break, we might want to check the dice.
Oh, they're out there now.
Rolling.
They were just behind the imagery. I
You'll
put
see
them in
that.
front. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shiny. Okay. So you've walked in there. You're skeptical. Do you have dark vision
I don't think so.
or any low light vision or anything like that?
That doesn't sound like me, so no.
Nope.
No.
I was just wondering if it was
As a construct or
as
something.
a construct thing.
No.
Yeah, it does not look like it. So you see, it's very dim in here. It's very dark. Most of the light that you're seeing is kind of coming down in almost in like these golden sheets of this sort of setting sun outside, coming in through cracks in the roof. The window, one window that's there faces north to allow in the least amount of natural light so that you're getting the least amount of photo degradation of your final product. You guys are... But you see, as you're hearing this voice, you're hearing these sounds that are so comforting, and they tug at you a little bit, and you are filled with that longing for home. But it's wrong, because you've always been trying to get home. That's what this is about. So what's going on here? And you're looking around and you're still feeling this tug, and you see in the press, in like the big olive press, so there's something moving. And like in the like almost in like the parts that are metal, you can see there's like a sheen that flickers in a way that is not congruent with the lighting that's actually around you. Effie, how long has it been? How long has it been since I've seen you?
How long does dancing lights last?
Oh,
Like 10 minutes, I think.
yeah.
1 second. I'll look it up for you.
Oh, this says up to 1 minute. That sounds
Never
short.
mind.
I
That
don't
sounds
like
right.
that. All right. I think I'm gonna go out and tell them what I saw.
As soon as you exit, you don't hear the voice anymore. The longing kind of stays. The wanting to go home, the really, really wanting to just go home stays. But you don't hear anything. You don't hear that rocking chair or the scissors or Miss Cuttenclip's voice.
So this is very peculiar because I don't have a mother, but I do have a Miss Cuttenclip, and I did hear her, and I do feel this profound longing for home, and that I didn't expect. But I also didn't expect in the olive press. I saw something, but I couldn't quite make out what was happening. So if anyone can see better, I think it would be good if we all went in, and then also if we all went in at the same time, maybe we would hear the same thing as each other.
It makes a lot of sense to me, and more eyes and ears in the situation is always better. Yeah, Let's go check it out.
I can
Yeah,
light it up
going
a
in
little
as a
bit in
group.
there. We can see maybe a little better and go in as a team this time.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think going in as a group, that makes sense.
Do you know, Effie, did you locate exactly where the sound was coming from? Or was it all around?
I think it was all around, but I feel like there was something in the olive press that was not quite right, but I couldn't figure out what was wrong.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's go.
All right. You guys you guys enter the barn. Jack, make a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know who this Jack guy is, but Johnny's good
Yeah,
at wisdom stuff.
It's Jack.
Yeah.
Johnny, make a wisdom saving throw.
Can do. Maybe not. Maybe I can't do it. There we go. That may not be good. That's a 9. It's a 12. Looks like the place is clear. I don't really see anything. Take the sunglasses off. It is kind of hard to see in here, actually. Now that it's just us, I can forsake the aesthetic for practicality. But
You left me.
drop
You left me.
sunglasses.
You left me behind like I was nothing. You left me behind like I was nothing. And you have no idea the trouble I've been in since. Jack, without a partner, what the fuck was I supposed to do?
Hey, Johnny looks around to see like what the rest of you are doing, like if you react to this.
All of you are hearing the voices.
Okay.
Those of you who Elise, you failed your save last time, right?
did.
You fully failed. I'm going
Crit
to
failed.
Yeah, you crit failed. Yeah, no, actually you crit failed. You are hearing your mother's voice in your head, and Melbourne and Effie, you two are hearing the voice, but at this point you're like, nah, there's something wrong with this. This feels like a bad recording of my mother's voice. Or Miss Cuttenclip's voice. Jack, you're not hearing your mother's voice.
Oh, check.
Yeah. You know what voice you're hearing.
Does it feel real?
Oh, so real.
Shit. All right.
Do you mind? This dog is being ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you guys can hear her crying.
Nope.
I don't know what her beef is.
I'm gonna donate more. So
You should. We clearly need to donate more because my dog is freaking out.
I can't.
If we manage to break 50 donations, I'll post pictures of her in LFTA.
So.
Elise, what you're hearing is your mother's all saying, "We don't know what we're going to do without you, Elise. The farm is going to fall into disrepair.
Oh no.
If there's not 4 of us, if there's not enough of us, it'll all get overrun. I know you're so sad and you're so scared and you don't understand what happened to you on that day.
I don't.
We wouldn't have done it if we didn't love you. We just want you home, girl.
I want to believe you.
And the voice you're hearing, Johnny, is, I've been looking for you. I've been looking and looking. And I can't find you.
Look, Roxy, you gotta understand that none of that was my fault. Like we had a plan that we're gonna travel together. It was gonna be great. And
fuck you, it wasn't your fault. Fuck you, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault that ring suddenly went missing. Wasn't your fault that I was the only person who seemed to have any knowledge of it. Wasn't your fault that I ended up in jail for that shit. If you hadn't gone off half-cocked doing your own goddamn thing, I wouldn't be in half the trouble I'm in now. Or what? Do you think people just go into little doll houses when you're gone? Shit doesn't just keep happening in people's lives when you're not in the picture?
No, that's none of that was supposed to happen though. Like that.
Melbourne and Effie, you two see them arguing with the air.
But we're also able to hear the voices though?
Yeah, you're hearing the voices
Our
that are
own,
speaking
right?
to you. But they're not saying, they're saying clearly different things to these two.
I see.
And these conversations are happening, like I am but one GM. But these conversations are happening simultaneously.
Right.
So
I noticed that something's not right though. So I'm gonna go over to Elise because she's like feeling stuff. And I am going to put my hand on her leg gently.
Does Elise feel that, or?
yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it, but you guys are both feeling so much guilt, and you just want to leave.
Yeah, just fucking rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
We got some dingo calming money.
Oh, good.
We got a $20 donation from Anonymous. So
All right.
Thank you.
There she goes. You're free. Did you figure it out, girl? Is that what you needed?
Zuka's like, yeah, donation. Flee.
I wish I could turn off. I don't know how to just turn off my background so you can see. You could see the dingo here. But...
Oh.
No.
So I'm just kind of petting a cloud.
It's a very fluffy cloud.
Good girl.
So thank you for your donation.
Thank you for your donation. It's helped my dog out significantly. 2 seconds.
If there's anybody that you would like to give advantage to, feel free to post it in the chat. Otherwise, Della will get the advantage at some point.
And I'm back.
The Dingo Keeper. It does make sense.
The Dingo Keeper, yes. The Dingo Master.
Yes, Master of Dingoes.
That's what DM is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there you go.
Dingo Master.
So, you are racked with guilt, and you want to leave. Like, you want to get away from this feeling. You two are not... You're not really affected by it as much. It's like you can feel it, but it's not relevant. It's something that you can ignore. Okay, and this actually is a really good time for before we go into combat. Unless all your asses run away, which is possible. It is time for me to go sing Edelweiss to my child.
Cool.
Okay.
And that, well, with that then, guess we will be right back.
Yes, we will be right back in about 15 minutes.
Cool.
15.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't forget to let us know which character gets advantage, or else Stella gets it.
Yeah.
That is unfair.
Much excite. We're live.
Okay, everybody. Hi. We're back. And we are in a creepy barn that is haunted by guilt.
Spooky.
Everybody is just feeling so much guilt and shame. It's like a fucking Brene Brown conference in here, guys. It's bad. It's bad. All right. So, Effie, you're just touching Elise, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm trying to sort of like pull her back down into the moment.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't seem to like. Are you using any tool? Are you trying to snap her out of it in any way? Or are you just using?
I think it's like sort of a mix between comfort and like bringing awareness that there's physically to this space.
Okay. Okay. Melbourne, are you doing anything? These humans are acting real crazy all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, I see that Effie's not like super affected, and this is what I saw before with Elise. But Johnny's reaction is definitely new. So Johnny, what do you see?
Look, you just tell me who to give the ring back to. I can talk to somebody. We can sort this whole thing out. There's no reason for this to have gone as badly as it had. I just need to get back home to sort this whole thing out. If I can just figure this
around, trying to see like what he's talking to, and like...
What you both notice is that they're both talking as if they're talking to the press, the olive press.
Oh, interesting.
Ain't nobody got time for this. I'm doing it.
Do it.
I'm casting dancing lights over toward the olive press because, like, clearly there's something I can't see over there. Maybe if they see it, they'll snap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I grab my kind of walking stick and head over there in that direction as she's casting.
Alrighty. Okay, you cast dancing lights. It lasts a minute.
Just dance.
Okay. Everybody All right, Melbourne, you don't have to do this. But Elise and Johnny, please make perception checks. Not perception, investigation checks.
Okay.
Is this because I failed so miserably previously?
No, it's because you actually succeeded, so you are going to actually be able to just see this without...
Got it.
You do not have a catastrophic failure risk to this.
You said perception?
We'll make an investigation. This is you are actively looking. Because yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. 18.
Ooh.
Damn. I got a 12.
Okay, 18 and 12.
Yeah. That's weird.
Elise,
Mm-hmm.
you would swear that in this glinting light, that's on and around, that's sort of being cast by these ghostly lights that are the result of your friend's spell. And you're aware of that. That's not part of this. That's not part of this. You know she casts dancing lights. But you would swear that you see almost outlined in light one of your mothers. We'll say Mother Frost.
Yes. Skift.
Skift.
But that's the opposite of what I wanted.
Whoa, you made it worse.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
The other three of you, all of you see sort of crouched in the lights a little sort of a crouching, ugly figure with its knees kind of pulled up to its chest, kind of perched on the top of the thing, and it's all kind of it's hard to tell what color it is because of the dimness and the colored lights around it, but it definitely has kind of an oily sheen on it. And it sort of looks at y'all. At this point, so you see this, but you're still hearing, and by you, I'm referring to Johnny. Johnny, you are hearing Roxy's voice still.
Okay.
And it seems like it's coming from here, but you cannot shake this feeling. It's too strong. The awareness that this critter, the intellectual awareness that this critter is causing this harm is not enough to undo the harm that this is causing.
Right up.
So
do I recognize what this thing is? Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead and make a knowledge religion check.
Oh.
Anybody who wants to identify it, use knowledge religion.
Religion instead of investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Except for me.
Yeah, no, you have.
Oh, natty boy! Nat 20!
Damn.
Nat 20.
Okay, I got 18. That's not bad.
Now that's real good.
Bedlam, you are aware that this is a guilt ghast.
Obviously, Melbourne knows exactly
Obviously,
what this
Melbourne knows exactly what this is.
But I am very confused as to what that is.
So what this is an undead creature formed entirely of the of regret and guilt, and they are summoned often as guards for things because they can be very, very unobtrusive. And it is because they are so unobtrusive, and oftentimes everybody feels guilt, right? So they're very rarely are they detected.
So off of a nat 20, would I know how to subdue a guilt ghast?
Yeah,
without violence. This is going to be my go-to first. I mean, if we have to fight.
So you could leave, but the thing is, like a lot of undead, this isn't like an animal that is going to go back to its natural habitat. This is a dead thing. It is inherently wrong. Its presence here is a violation of the natural order, and also a violation of a violation of the natural order of life and death itself, a violation of the spirits who died and whose memories were bound together with twisted magics to create this thing.
You know, in Melbourne's naivete, maybe he'll think that this thing's just in the barn and shouldn't be, and we'd be doing a good thing for Evie to help get rid of this thing, because obviously she wouldn't have put it here. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this thing. What you know on a 20 is this thing is more vermin than vermin.
Got it.
So on an 18, how much of that would I know?
So you know pretty much all of that except without the sort of spiritual side of things. You know that both of you know that necromantic magic is not really going to work on it. It's if you have dead spirit magic, it's not going to really work on that. It can't be poisoned. It can't really be charmed. And Bedlam, the other thing that you know is that you can free your friends by banishing or killing it.
Okay. I mean, that's enough. That's enough for Melbourne to take some action. So yeah.
Okay. Would everybody like to don't let it gaslight us. I hate it when I just look over at the chat and somebody said something very clever. Let's see. Would everybody like to please roll initiative?
Yes.
Just. Yeah.
Alrighty, how am I going to do this? I'm going to go old school, and this is our first combat.
Yes.
Paper.
Yay.
18. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. 19. That's not good.
that's not good.
I was excited until I saw that it was Della that rolled.
Yeah, same. I was like, ooh, who got? Oh,
It's like, yeah, coming in hot
Yeah,
now.
the red die is for warning.
I'm going to nudge the monitor so it rolls up and lands on the 1.
There you go. Yeah, I thought I rolled a 1 there, and I was like, oh, this will be good for them. Nope. So does anybody beat a 21?
Nope. Not without lying.
Cool. Bedlam, let's just go. Let's go around. Effie, what did you get?
a 9.
Okay. Melbourne.
7.
Johnny.
18.
Okay. And Elise.
Also 18 because I'm also ready to run.
Ooh. Johnny and Elise, who has the higher dex?
Probably me.
What are your dex modifiers?
Mine is 16.
What's your dex?
Mine is 18.
Oh, really? Damn!
All right.
I am swift. I'm
So,
All right,
built
never
for
mind. Then.
running away.
all right. Irene and Melbourne. Beautiful.
All of those questions that I asked you were what were going through Melbourne's head, which is why he was so delayed in taking action.
Yeah, you were studying things. You were studying things.
Yes.
Okie
Also,
dokie.
dread realization is a wet blanket for initiative.
Yeah, it is. It really is. You were chilled by your realization of the sheer just wrongness of this thing. Yeah, so what it's gonna do, it sees that the pack of y'all have identified it. It looks up at the lights. It looks out at y'all. It hisses and is going to dive. Claws first. Claws kind of coming out of its nasty, knobbly little fingers at Effie.
No.
Oh.
Okie dokie.
This thing's gonna die.
I'm gonna die. Yeah.
No, Effie's gonna live. This thing's gonna die.
I think you're gonna get it.
Effie, what is your armor class?
That's a great question. I don't even 13.
13. Okay. So the 20 I just rolled on this hits.
That.
And we're gonna roll some damage. That is going to be 9 damage.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah. So it kind of just like dives at you, and its little claws like rake down one of your arms. It's not much bigger than you. Like in this world where most things are bigger than you, it's probably about the same height.
Oh, okay.
It's about a foot high. But it's got these nasty, sharp little claws. And it has raked them through your paper. That's the ghast. Elise.
Oh my gosh.
What you are still seeing here is your one of your mothers.
Mm-hmm.
You still see Mother Skift there.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't super see this thing that you know Elise is being Effie is being injured, but you don't super see the creature doing the injuring. You're still seeing this spectral image of your mother.
Oh, okay. What should I do?
Let's make this easier. You see your mother,
yeah,
but you see that it's your mother. Your mother has somehow attacked Effie.
Got it. Great. Then in that case, she gasps like as she sees Mother Skift like kind of like quickly go over and like hurt her brand new friend, and Elise is going to say like, Mother Skift, how dare you? You were always my least favorite of the bunch. And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on her.
Nice.
And that is a Wisdom save of 15.
Okay.
Okay. And she just says like, and how dare you hurt my friend? You don't even know them, and you were always the first to throw insults.
Okay. That is a Wisdom save of 15, and failed that pretty handily. So what is the effect?
This creature takes 2 points of psychic damage, and I don't think undead are immune to, but and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay. I am also going to note that the two of y'all mechanically have disadvantage for all of your rolls because you are so racked with guilt about hurting the person, hurting this person who means so much to you.
Okay.
So you did 2 damage?
I did 2.
Question:
Fantastic.
Are you taking an average? It should be a D4.
Shaken?
No, I'm saying the Vicious Mocker should be a D4 of damage. I wasn't sure if you were taking an average or.
Oh no, I I'm rolling the very pretty dice that I have.
Oh,
If you'd
okay, never
rather
mind.
if you'd rather I roll on the
Nope,
screen,
nope.
that's okay. I thought we established that earlier, but I can do whatever.
So
Uh,
no, that was
We good? All right,
ignore me.
Johnny. Johnny, what you gonna do?
All right, you said I am at disadvantage. I did identify the ghast, correct? But I'm still just kind of shaking and like not.
Yeah, you can see it, but essentially the emotional toll that this is taking on you of hearing this voice constantly describing to you everything that you have been afraid has been happening in your absence. The toll, the psychic toll that's taking on you is being represented by this disadvantage.
Cool.
So even though that you can see this thing, you know what it is, that voice is just grinding in your head.
I want to try to negate that if possible. I have an ability called Eye for Detail where I can use a bonus action to make a perception or investigation check against hidden creatures or objects, or to uncover and decipher clues. So I want to basically try to sort what I'm seeing and actually get a better grasp on it. Is that possible?
This is essentially it's a spell-like ability of the creature. You failed that initial wisdom save, and this lasts 24 hours.
Ooh, I hate that. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to use a different bonus action called Insightful Fighting. I'd like to make an insight check against a creature that I can see that is, yep. Insight check against a creature contested by its charisma deception check. If I succeed, I can sneak attack it even if I don't have advantage.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're making a what's the check against?
It is against its charisma deception.
Dope.
So I'm making a insight check. Ooh, that ain't great.
Oof. Ain't great.
Okay. So that's an insight check. You got an 8. And it's just against its charisma.
Yeah, charisma deception specifically. If it has any skills in that or points in that. Yeah.
it's still bad.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll
awesome.
I can't get a read on this thing. I'm going to attack.
No, you can't get a read on this thing. I think it's not even so much at this point that the voice in the back of your head that's screwing with you on this. It's and this disadvantage is specifically on attack rolls, so you're not taking disadvantage on anything else. It's just to do attacks on this thing. There's also just the alienness of the situation. Like, fuck, ghosts real?
Yeah.
Pretty sure we're fake. Now real.
Cool. Yeah, bonus action failed. I'm going to move up to the creature. I have a short sword, but for flavor's sake, I'm going to grab a pair of large shears. D6, right? And just attack it. So.
Nope. Okay.
Be like, get away from my friend.
I don't like scissors either, for the record.
Yeah, well, that's a nat 1. Dope.
Okay.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna burn inspiration on that one because I believe I had it from last session, just so I don't kill Effie.
Yeah, you should do that.
All right. So an 11 is still a disadvantage. God, I'm burning so many resources here. Does a 16 hit?
Sure does.
Okay.
Sure does. Yeah. So this you take these shears. You grab these massive shears and just clonk them into this thing. Roll your damage.
It is 6 total.
6 total.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll slashing.
All right. Yeah, it squeals and releases Effie. Effie, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do what did I say? Thunder wave?
Damn.
Yeah, no, I want this thing as far away as possible. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Pikachu, cast Thundershock. Let's do it.
Yep. All right. What do I have to? Yeah, 16.
I think
Do I just?
it's a saving throw.
Oh, let me pull it up. Thunder Wave D5E.
Each creature within a 15-foot cube originating must make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all of you.
It's a thunderous wave sweeps out in a direction.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can like orient the cube.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're doing Theater of the Mind and I don't have a battle map, I don't have a grid, I'm going to let you get away with it. But one day we're going to have a grid. And you won't get away with it. But I'm really lazy and too pregnant for this, so we don't have a grid. I'm going to let you get away with it. Cool. And Constitution saving throw by Friendo McMom Voice.
Good.
Ooh, I don't suppose a straight 6 beats your spell save.
No.
Oh, cool.
It's 13.
Okay. Fully fails completely.
Yeah. And what is my damage? 2d8. Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
Good roll.
nice.
Damn. Okay. 13 points of thunder damage, and it is pushed 10 feet away.
That's the part.
In what direction?
Away.
Oh, wait.
We're gonna say that it kind of jumped off of the whatchamacallit, the press at Effie, and then was pushed, kind of clonked over the press, and is now sort of on the opposite side of the press from her. You did 13 points of damage, which math-ing in brain. Cool. Don't do math in public. I don't know why I decided to run a D&D game online for everyone, or a game where it's basically just word problems of the game. But here we are. Anyway, now that the gas has been thunderstruck, it is Melbourne's turn.
Yes. So with 5e, okay, so I want to cast Shillelagh on
Nice.
my walking stick, which is really my quarterstaff.
It's a good bonking stick.
And can I do that and move at the creature? Basically, can I do Shillelagh, move the creature, and take a swing? Are
Yes.
those 3 things possible? Okay.
Because Shillelagh is a bonus action.
Bonus.
So okay. I was looking around. I had a quick thing, like a quick action guide for 5e here somewhere, and I've since lost it like an hour ago. Oh well. The so I will do that. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh. I want to leap into the air over the what's it called, the press, right? Because it got pushed over to the other side of the press. Given what with the wings and all, and being a monkey, I will just launch myself into the air over the press and take a swing
Oh
at
my
it.
god.
Delightful.
Yes, Melbourne's taking some action. And yeah, Shillelagh. What do I roll for this?
So I don't know because I can't remember how to spell Shillelagh, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
look it
yeah,
up in D&D
Shill.
Beyond.
Oh, that one I have. I have here.
Slaw. Shillaga.
It's a D8.
Thank you, Andy.
Oh wait, for
Shillagah.
He's just
Oh yeah. The weapon's damage die becomes a D8. Really.
Yeah.
So just when I hit, it hits harder.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, your attack is your spell casting ability instead of strength. So wisdom.
Yes, that was the more important one. For the duration, you can use your spellcasting ability instead of strength for this attack. Yeah, that was the better part. I knew there was a.
Thank you in chat for spelling it for me.
Clicking around to too many things. So my spellcasting ability is really just going to be my wisdom, right?
Yeah. Wisdom bonus plus proficiency should get you your spellcasting.
Yes, I believe it's 8 plus your modifier plus your your bonus, or proficiency bonus.
Wait, where did you get 8 from?
Oh, that is how it is done.
That's your saves. This is an attack.
That's how it works.
So.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I'm just doing, wisdom plus whatever
Proficiency.
Yeah.
So
Wisdom.
proficiency in, because I don't have a magic proficiency, do I?
Plus
No,
two.
It's just plus
Everybody
2.
gets plus 2.
It's just your basic ass proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it is. Yes,
Yeah.
just proficiency bonus. Okay, so plus 5.
The bab.
on whatever I roll. There we go. Holy cow.
Watch as we play the game of math in public forever.
So I guess that's 15, right? to
Okay.
hit?
A 15 to hit. And that hits. You clonk this thing right upside its recently electrocuted noggin, doing how much damage?
So let's see if I understand this correct. The weapon's damage die becomes a D8,
Mm-hmm.
and
Becomes D8 and also magical.
so it looks like 1d8 plus. So I have an attack bonus of plus 2.
Mhm.
There it says. So I do. Is that 1d8 plus 2?
It's 1d8 plus 3 because wisdom is your spellcasting ability, and that becomes your damage. That adds
Oh.
to your damage.
Yeah, which makes it better than a regular stick.
Yes. So it's normally you would use your strength. You would just add for damage. It would be dice roll plus strength.
Right.
Now it's dice roll plus wisdom because you have this.
So what I'm asking about is under quarterstaff, it says attack bonus plus 2. So I was curious where that was.
Oh,
That what I was supposed? Should I have added that to my attack previously?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So attack bonus. Yeah. Attack bonus and damage bonus are usually two different sources.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Unless it's my dog.
So that would be a 9 damage. Thank you for walking me through that. Sorry that was so complicated.
No, that was helpful for me too. So
All right. Okay, this horrible little gremlin is deeply displeased with all of this, and it is going to attack Melbourne, who is the closest to it, and it's going to roll a full round of attacks at you.
Oh my.
Oh, but it has disadvantage, just to let you
Oh.
know if it's a physical attack.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so it
Or just any attack. So
Okay, so
Well, that worked out. Thank you.
okay, that's great. So it's for its first attack. Basically, what it does is you clonk it upside the head with your staff, and it reacts. It grabs onto your staff and like scampers up it to like a horrible little spider gremlin, and tries to sink its teeth into you. Does an 8 hit?
Versus how do I calculate this?
Your armor class.
My armor class is 12.
So no, it does not. So it tries to bite you. You're like, holy fuck! You can get out of the way. But it does get 2. Now, was that a disadvantage to all physical attacks going forward, or is it just
just one.
Okay, so
It's
it's not
the
getting
first
this.
one it makes before the end of its turn. If it has
Okay.
5, Oh.
So
The first one is discounted, so or disadvantaged. So
okay, that claw is gonna be that's a 15 to hit,
Okay, so that hits.
and the next claw is a 16 to
16
hit.
also hit. Okay.
So you manage to get out of the way of its little teefies, but it sinks its claws into you, while shrieking in the voice of your mother about what an ungrateful child you are, and how could you do this? How could you do this?
Why
to
did
your
you
mother?
leave? Awesome. Yeah.
So let me roll you some damage. Let's see. That first claw is gonna be 8 damage. Oh wait, no, sorry. 11 damage. And that second claw is gonna be 10 damage.
Well, that puts Melbourne right out because I have 18 hit points. So
Okay.
that was unexpectedly strong.
This
Maybe if I knew as much about these things as Melbourne did, I wouldn't have done that.
Well,
this thing is slightly beefy.
Yeah.
Okay. It when it hits hard. So this horrible little you all see this horrible little oil slick gremlin skitters up Melbourne's staff, sinks its claws into him, and takes him crashing to the floor in a pile of fur and feathers
Monkey pain.
and monkey pain.
Dang. So how is this going to work mechanically if I went under 0 on that second hit?
I think this is where we start
So-
making. Yeah.
if you had hit points before and the second hit knocked you below 0, you just end up basically in dying status unless it takes you to like negative double your hit points, which didn't happen. Right. So you're basically dying and you're now making death saving throws. If you get
Yes.
blasted
Okay.
so hard that you go negative half your hit points, I think you just die from just sheer system shock.
Okay.
And death saves, I think, are a 10 or above.
Yeah.
If you roll a 10 or
you
above.
You roll three.
Oh, it's
three in a
really just
row.
kind of a 50-50. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's literally 50-50.
A little bit better than 50-50. Just.
Because I think you can add your constitution to it, right?
Nope.
Oh no, it's just straight D20.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
Great death saves, and you mark off 1 out of 3 if
Now.
you make it, or 1 out of 3 if you don't.
That said,
And if you
literally,
make all 3, you stabilize.
literally any healing whatsoever stops this whole process.
Yes.
Any
Yes,
healing
so
you say.
any healing, including like healed checks. Though if you fail your heal check, it doesn't work.
It can work.
Amusingly,
You come back
I might have been the only one with any healing ability, so we'll see.
I can
We'll find
mend.
out.
I know a guy. He's just not here.
I know a guy. He's in town.
We're
Ah,
gonna
you
be
asked for healing.
fine, guys. This is going great.
Choices
So,
were made.
guys, we're
Great.
so
That was a-
I think it's awesome that you guys don't have a primary fighter or a primary healer.
Well,
I love it.
I didn't think this thing was as much of a threat as it would have been. Otherwise, I had another thing that would have helped me out in combat that I totally would have done. But I figured that would be later when pushed to it. I did not think getting pushed to it would happen immediately. So we are, underestimating
Because you
enemies.
ignored the 5-step plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a whole plan. Did you
It was all planned.
visualize success? That was the first step.
I forgot to visualize success. Instead, I visualized my mother's guilt.
That's where it all fell apart.
Typical downfall of number 2.
Ooh.
All right.
Elise.
Do I do the saving throw immediately, or is that next round?
Next round.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll do it on your turn. Elise.
Yes. Elise sees, in her mind, Mother's Gift. Honestly, all of them are equally loved, and maybe if you're picking up context clues, not loved. And she sees her basically like grab her new friend Melbourne by the head and like toss him aside, and she sees that he's not moving. And there's blood on the floor, and there's fur, and there's feathers. And Elise like just says like no, and she takes her shawl and she throws it off, and she's like, in the name of the healer, just live. And I'm gonna see if I can do this correctly. Ooh. I'll put this on here. You get.
Yeah, Justin,
had
fucking
fun.
grip it, baby.
A donation.
Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
You feel some kind of like other force, like lay its hands on your head and then one on your heart, and something just moves in you, and you take a breath. And so that's my bonus action. For my proper action,
Wow,
I'm
very nice.
going to call on the spirits for help. So I'm going to do the. I think it's 1d6.
So mechanically, did I add anything back?
You have 6 full hit points.
Yes.
And that's all you got.
And you no longer need to make any save. You don't have to do death
Yeah.
saving throws. You are stable at 6.
Yay.
Not dead.
And she says that she says there was once a story of a girl who ran away, and she could go anywhere she wanted, and she had full freedom to do whatever she wanted in the world. And like you almost see like a figure kind of standing behind her, maybe a little bit taller, maybe it looks a little bit like her, maybe that's a trick of the light. And then it kind of vanishes. So you have the tail of the runaway, and target can immediately use its reaction to. So if somebody like does something in their round and it's not your turn, you can use one reaction. You can use your reaction to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. When you teleport, you can choose a number of creatures that you can see within 30 feet. Up to my charisma modifier, so 5, to take with you, to do the same reaction, rather. So, that's that.
So Melbourne can now teleport the whole party 30 feet.
Yes. But once you use it, I think it's gone. But you can use it within the next 10 minutes.
That's cool as hell. All right.
So you feel like invigorated and invigorated.
So Mother Skift turns and looks at you and just says, "Ungrateful wretch that you are. How would you have any of these stories without me? You dare
now.
throw it back in my face."
They're my stories now. And they belong to the world.
"Much good will it do you without the knowledge of how to use them?" And that's going to go to Johnny.
Okay. I'm going to run around and jump into this melee with Melbourne and the Guilt Ghast. So move action to run around and jump in. Cool thing about fighting with other people. I'd like to use Insightful Fighting again as a bonus action. Right, so same thing. Wait, I want to make sure I don't... Yeah, I can keep using it, okay. So same thing, I'm using my insight against its charisma deception. Try to look for a weak spot. That's a natty boy right there.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Yeah, that you succeed.
Okay.
You succeed. It has a it literally cannot. This is against its charisma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it has a -1 to charisma. There's actually no way it can.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've watched this thing move around a bit. I'm like, all right, I think I got this thing. I'm watching it like flutter and jump around, and I just very carefully try to like time this attack to ram it through with these shears that I've picked up.
Okay.
And conveniently, since I'm fighting with another person, it gives me advantage and disadvantage. So they cancel, and I just have one roll,
Good and cool.
which is also nat 20.
What?
Okay.
Rad.
Dice are.
You're not gonna like this. You're not.
I'm not gonna like this.
You're not gonna like this.
Tell me what happens. Tell me how much damage does my horrible little oil slick gremlin take?
I gotta roll right now and tell you.
If you happen to crush it, I would not be sad.
Same.
Oh, what?
26.
All the dice you own. There you go.
It's 3d6 because I managed to successfully hit conditions for sneak attack, and then it's doubled because crit.
Damn.
So insightful fighting gives me the ability to shank if I succeed.
So you just did.
It's usually not that high, but damn.
You just did 26 damage
Cheers!
to a creature that has 36 hit points and only had 5 of them left.
Get away from my friends! Pin it to the ground.
I would like you to describe to us what you do to this guilt ghast.
I honestly think this is a co-op venture between myself and Nub. Wanted to get back up on your feet. There's like a moment where like I just run, like it turns to like go attack you again because you start to move, and I just ram it through with these shears into a wall, and just start like wailing on it with like, whatever tools I can find nearby. I'm just like slamming like 2x4s and fucking, whatever tools. I'm just hitting it with stuff as it's pinned to this wall. And I'm like, get in on this.
You pin it to the wall, and it squeals, and finally you can hear its voice and not Roxy's voice as it shrieks and kind of like melts, leaving behind this sort of smear along the wall as it disperses. And finally, in this barn, for the first time any of you have set foot in here, there is silence.
Pull the shears out of the wall, just throw them to the ground. Be like, Roxy's smarter than that. Wouldn't have gotten caught. Are you okay? Are you? Hey man, are you okay?
Like leaning on my staff, obviously wrecked. Thank you, Elise, so much. I don't know what you did, but I wasn't sure if I was going to make it through that. I did not expect to see one of those here. And oh my God, Johnny, what did you do? That's incredible.
Like I said, step one, you got to visualize success. And I played the odds, and I knew the odds were in our favor. So like,
I'll never question the 5-step plan again.
Yeah, you're all about the follow through. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're on our team.
I'm glad all of you are okay. What was that thing?
What was that? I thought that was one of my mother's.
That was a guilt ghast. It's it channels the dead spirit energy. It's an dead. It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be alive. This is it's something that throws your own guilt and other bad feelings at you as an attack. I came across one once in the woods, and it nearly did me in then, and I should have known better.
I heard of one in a children's rhyme while I was traveling once, and I thought they were kind of a made-up concept.
They're not common.
Just to be clear, you're saying like they channel like scary bad energy, but the people that they're pretending to be may not be dead. Like they're fine, right?
Well,
as far as I know, like yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's spirit energy, and then there's dead spirit energy, and this was manipulating us with its
just
darkness.
It felt real, and I just want to make sure that
No, it's okay. It's okay. Still
this
like
apocalypse is protected by Glinda. I don't think they're. I think they're fine.
You've mentioned her before, and she's your guardian.
Yes, creator, guardian, friend. We'll go with friend.
You say creator, and like Elisa's like eyes just flutter. Oh, okay. Let's get you up, Melbourne, and she will cast healing word one more time, and
such a good spell.
Throw it, and that's +5, so you get 9 back.
Hey.
And so she just like kind of like kisses her lips. Now that her like veil is gone, she is pale. And she just kind of like puts a kiss on her like pale fingers and puts it on your head, and you just kind of like feel like a soothing, like somebody like gave you a really cool glass of lemonade on a hot day. It just kind of sinks through you.
Really good lemonade.
Melbourne, are you wearing anything? Did we decide?
Yeah, I'm dressed in some of the typical attire of. I think I'm dressed in purple.
I think you're in a purple vest, if I remember.
And I'm in like your typical Gillikin attire. Although I don't think I've looked up exactly what that looks like. But yeah, like a jacket, pants. I don't wear any shoes though, even though I made that joke earlier. But yeah, probably like loose fitting pants and like a vest type thing.
Cool. So Effie is going to come over while Lisa's doing this really helpful work and stitch up your jacket, because that's all she can do.
Okay. Really, it's just the blood that got on it, but I'll get that out.
I'm just gonna. We're gonna fix things.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe what we just went through for olive oil. What? I don't know why this thing was here though.
Is that?
Could that be why her olive oil doesn't taste good?
I think she's just not very good at making olive oil.
Melbourne, what is your passive perception again? It's like
crazy.
Like 20.
Yeah, it's like stupid high, isn't it?
20? Good God.
You have that special feat, right?
Yeah, it's because oh my gosh. Yeah, whatever that feat is. I notice things around me.
Oh, investigator or whatever?
I think it's called hypervigilance.
Yeah. What's everybody else's passive perception?
13.
Not 20. Jeez.
13.
That's high.
20 something.
13.
Oh, actually not bad. 15.
See, okay.
Observant is what it is. Yeah.
Observant.
So we've got a 15, 2 13s, and a 20 something. Elise and Melbourne, you both while you were watching Effie work, you both notice she's very sensitive to air currents, right? Like her clothes are constantly moving and fluttering. And as a flighted creature, Melbourne, you also are very, very sensitive to these things. So you notice a draft. Elise, maybe you notice it in the movement of Effie's clothing. Melbourne, maybe you notice it across your own wings as well as this movement. But there is a draft in here that seems like it shouldn't quite be, and it seems to be coming from almost underneath the press.
Oh, interesting. Melbourne sort of stops in the middle of what he was saying and looks over, and kind of no longer limps, but walks over toward the press, and sort of says almost half to himself, I wonder if it has anything to do with this, and starts searching around for like something to open underneath the press, like where the air would be moving from. So like, I guess investigate.
Yep. Everybody who is helping out with this, make an investigation roll.
Naturally.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that was not okay. There it is.
I would like to help Melbourne.
Okay.
Oh,
So that was 18.
18 for me.
Okay.
How does the helping work?
You can roll again instead of me rolling. Like, I justify how.
Oh.
Yeah, you get advantage. So okay.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm taller
So, yeah.
and I can help you move some stuff and blah blah blah.
Yep. 14 was my best. So.
Oh, you know what, Elise? It says like, may the spirits guide you. So give yourself another D4 to that, Melbourne.
See.
I really should use my own guidance more often as well.
What?
It's a D4.
Oh, look at that. Good roll.
Yeah, so 18. So
Okay.
now I'm actually up to Effie's natural like intelligence for investigation.
So between the two of you kind of crawling, or like Effie kind of like climbing this thing, or like shouting advice from your back, you guys actually do find, you realize, one of the reasons why her olive oil might be kind of crap is that this press is light. Like, a press is designed to be just, it's a heavy ass crank that presses on things. Like, it's like a big screw that goes down, but it is also inherently very, very heavy. This is not heavy particularly at all. So they're probably not getting all that much out of any given olive that they're pressing. And it also means that whatever juice, whatever oil is coming out, is probably sitting on the skin, with the skins and with the seeds and the fruit and the bitterness, and absorbing a whole lot of bitterness.
I'm learning so much.
Which is making it kind of gross, because this is bad equipment. But the fact that it's light makes sense when you see it, when you hit a switch on the side of it and the whole thing slides away to reveal a tunnel. Something underground.
So that explains why I needed some assistance. Being so small and only like 25 pounds, I was trying to push it, and that was not working so well. So like Johnny came over and did the hooah.
Yep.
Just pushed it right out of the way.
Right out of the way. And you guys, there's basically a trap door underneath this thing. And there is there's like a ladder that goes down about, call it like 8 feet, into a tunnel. You can't really, do any of you have dark vision? Because by now it is solid night.
Dark
By now
vision.
it is solidly night. Elise, you have dark vision?
Yes. Those of you, or maybe even Andy, who are a little bit more edified than I, there is a disadvantage to having dark vision, and I think it's because just in complete darkness, even with dark vision, you're like you have disadvantage on something or something like maybe perception.
I think they took that out.
She can see in the night. So so Elise, you've noticed like in the dying light, and now that like she's kind of like removed her veil, she's just kind of like wearing it over her shoulders at this point. Whenever like the light kind of catches, kind of like a deer or a dog or a cat, like there's a slight reflection to her eyes, which is a little unsettling. But she's like, wait 1 second, and then she like kind of gets at the mouth of the tunnel and like peers down into it because it's safe to do that kind of thing.
I really wish I had the Vin Diesel quote from Pitch Black about getting a shine put on your eyes. Like that would have been really good to be able to just pull out. But anyway, you look down and you see it is a dry. It's about, like I said, about 8 feet down. The ladder looks safe to use. It's not particularly rickety. You see that it leads down into... you can't really see much of the space that it leads into. You're not really sure, is this a room? Is this a tunnel? It is about 8 feet high. So everyone would be able, even the tallest among you, which is Johnny, would still be able to stand up.
Melbourne looks around because this is for processing olive oil and it's so dark in here. He expects to find like a lantern or something that's just turned off for the night that they might use during the day to keep it lit.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can find a little lantern. Electric lights are not common, but you have a little lantern that you can.
Yeah, I kind of figured there'd be some mechanism of light in Oz. I don't know what. Maybe not.
Elise like looks at the lantern and just kind of like shuts her eyes for a second, and just kind of snaps her fingers, and whatever candle or wick is in there just kind of like lights up a little bit. Unless it wasn't like a flame earlier.
No, we can go with a flame lantern like that. That seems the simplest thing, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was assuming. It's what it probably is a little glass lantern. It has like a little mirrored back to it so that you can hold it up and the light will go in a direction and not shine back in your eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's actually a nicer lantern than you would expect to see in here. Almost like these people go into a dark tunnel every so often.
Yeah. Interesting.
Weird.
So yeah, I definitely direct it so it's not shining in. I notice Elisa squint and trying to shine it directly at anybody. Anyway, yeah. Now we can all kind of at least see somewhat down there, right?
So yeah, from the top of this ladder, again, the hole that you are looking down is maybe 3 feet by 2 feet, like a rectangle beneath this thing. It's not huge. It's sort of just enough that a person can kind of get through it. And there's not a lot that you can see below there. Like, so from every angle that you're going, you can't quite see walls or anything like that. You just sort of see the bottom, which looks like it's made out of, it's dirt. So you're gonna have to go down there.
Okay. 2 feet by 3 feet across, you say? That seems a little too small for me to fly down through. So yeah, I'd want to take the ladder. So, do we want to go further? Do we want to find out what's going on here?
I think we've endured too much in order not to.
Do you mind giving me a ride down the ladder?
And Elise like happily kind of like kneels and opens one of her like pockets. She's like, chest pocket or regular pocket?
Whatever's fine, thank you.
All right. And she's like, and you can seal it if you wish. The buttons are pretty easy to use. They're like
10 feet is really big, so.
Go ahead.
8 to 10 feet deep is like huge, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah. That is 8 times your height. It's too much. Now, granted, if you fell, you would probably waft.
True.
But
You never know. Maybe the ground's wet down there.
Cast Featherfall.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know what's down there.
Yeah. So when you get there, it is actually when you get down to the bottom. Are all of you going?
Yeah, Johnny picks up the shears and clambers down as well.
All right.
Just still dripping with the ghoul blood or whatever it was. Like
it actually kind of starts to as you guys have been doing this, you notice that it's kind of like sublimating, like off of the thing. It's like going, not sublimating, that's when it goes from solid to gas. It's like just evaporating in weird kind of a gross smelling smoke.
I just kind of go, pull up my Old Spice.
It's so everything is unwholesome. Everything about this is unwholesome. From the corpse thing to the Old Spice, it's bad.
We also just got hosted by Hope for TTRPGs. So
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hey!
Thank you for the host.
We killed a guilt spirit, and
Welcome.
Hey, welcome
thanks
to
for
the party.
raid. Hello.
we are really, really glad to have you guys here. As we go down into the spooky tunnel beneath the elemental plane of Mom.
Spooky tunnel.
Spooky tunnel. So you guys go down there. The air down here is interesting. So you're going down into the ground, and so there's this kind of assumption. It's fall. There's this kind of assumption that you're going to go underground, and it's going to be a little bit more humid. There's going to be a little bit more moisture. But down here, it's almost the opposite. This feels very dry. And as you walk down the passage, so you see you're in a relatively wide passageway. You can all kind of tell with your passive perception, Melbourne, you can tell the difference between something that has been made with machinery versus something that has been made with that has been tunneled by, either by water or by animals or something like that.
I know caves. I know caves.
You know caves.
Yeah,
You know caves.
I know a cave.
You know a cave. You guys know
cave.
cave. And for those of you who don't know caves, who aren't natural born cavers, you guys, as you see,
It's the worst movie. It's very slow moving. And
it's not good. It's not good. You can't see most of the stuff.
Woody Harrelson as a cave is just.
I thought it was a very inspiring role. It had depth, like.
I'm gonna need you to go haze yourself. For that, it had depth. Jesus Christ. Moving on.
I'm writing that one down.
For those of you who do not know caves, who are not druids or wacky forest witches, you nerds are able to eventually see, as you continue walking, there is like digging equipment. You see some mining equipment. You see where people have like left something behind, like a pickaxe or a drill, and you get to a place where you can start to see where the work is kind of continuing to be done, where the path is no longer like this nice, neat. Clearly, people who knew what they were doing were digging this. It gets to a place where it narrows a little bit, and it's not quite as nicely and neatly done. And you get to a room. And in this room, there is a crack that runs along the whole ceiling of this cavern. And from this crack, you see every so often little grains of sand are falling. Into the center of a massive glowing blue circle of runes, of eldritch runes, a clearly some kind of massive spellcraft is going on underneath here, as this sand very, very, very slowly falls, almost as if it's not quite following the rules of gravity that everything else is. Which is just drifting down to the center, forming this tiny little mound.
Would you say it's defying gravity?
Oh no.
And on that note...
If you kill me, I'm good with it. That seemed fun.
And on that note, suddenly Johnny was killed.
Nope, that was the best comment of the night.
That was the best comment of the night, and I'm cross.
Take off my aviator sunglasses, look over at Melbourne. Hey man, you know caves, right? Is that right? Is that natural? Is that a thing?
That is like nothing I have ever seen before.
All
Actually,
right.
do I recognize any of these runes?
That thing's crazy.
Arcana.
It's like a waterfall of sand. How's that even?
Oh, I've absolutely seen these runes before. Sure.
Tell me more, because I'm hanging on your every word.
Yeah. I think I saw them on the back of that machine in the coffee shop. I'm pretty sure this is manufactured by the same people that made the machine in the coffee shop. And obviously this is a giant conspiracy from another land because.
Do you think Jack's in on it?
Sorry, I don't know what that role is.
Absolutely not.
But
yeah, what are you?
I mean, he might be. Maybe did he make his own machine? Like, could this be
Yes,
Jack?
obviously.
Oh man,
I'm gonna give myself a little
I can't believe Jack is involved here.
Are we gonna have to take out Jack? No. That's going too far.
Jack
the
must be
police
maybe.
watches this exchange and like almost haughtily like kind of rolls her pink eyes and like gets down like as close as she can to the runes and like kind of like eyes one, like takes out a notebook and like thinks back and then like puts it back away.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Yeah, dude, crack one for the big boy.
Thank you, Victoria.
Oh, that was
Yay!
11. And then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for Arcana.
19 for Arcana.
Yes.
The 19
That is-
Arcana roll.
Significantly better than 1.
Yes.
19 times better. the many of these runes are foreign to you.
Oh.
This is a different type of magic than you are used to. But all spells fundamentally have their root in belief and in the shapes that people make them. So there tend to be commonalities in the structure of spells, even if you don't recognize these runes or what's going on here. There's an architecture to this, like the architecture of a story, that is familiar to you. And in that, you see this has to do with the movement of energy. That's the structure that you can perceive here. You're not sure to what end. You're not sure where the energy is going, but the architecture that you are able to perceive here has to do with the movement of energy from one place to another. It's a conduit of some sort.
Elise kind of like is making a lot of like peering kind of like faces, kind of interested faces, a little baffled, and then like, you know, flip up a notebook, puts another notebook away, takes out another one and like turns it upside down, and she closes it and she's like, oh, I don't think it was in the cafe shop at all.
I mean, look, well, that's a relief because we were talking about boycotting the place. Like, what?
Yeah, I really like going there, but
Yeah, I can't support.
I mean, yeah. So you don't think Jack had anything to do with this?
No, I think we can safely drink there still. This has to do with moving energy from one place to another. Kind of like a funnel, you know. You can more precisely, and she like looks at the sand like building on the mound, more precisely move it to where you want it to be. But this is grand. This isn't a temporary thing.
Why would they want to move
does it
sand?
seem active?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Does it seem active? And I misheard what you said, sorry.
Oh, just Melbourne was asking why they would want to move sand.
Yeah, what is something like this? Like, what could you do with this?
Is it a bad thing?
It seemed it was built underground. It was hidden under a vat. It was hidden behind a business that's not particularly good by the standard of a town that should be. This is a secret. I can only imagine it's being guarded by a dead spirit in order to hide it. Should be that. Does it seem like this thing is still in effect, like a flashlight that's still on?
This is an active spell. It is actively moving energy while you guys are here. It is whatever it is meant to do, it's currently doing, and your presence is not disruptive to it. But I would like Melbourne to... Actually, I'd like all of you to make a perception check.
Got it.
So everybody just go ahead and make a perception check while you're sort of looking at all of this.
Whoops.
Nope.
Oh boy. Oh, I got 12 total.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
Perception.
Don't even bother. It's fine. I think.
Well,
not great.
Oh, 10, sorry.
So ignore me.
Okay. 10 is what you got there, Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have a? Is this actively lying to me? Okay, then 10.
Okay, everyone who got everyone who got 10 or above, which I think is all of you, unless Elise, you rolled really poorly.
I'm missing what I actually rolled, so I'm not going to bother.
Cool.
She was too engrossed in it, but I rolled pretty low. So
okay, that's fine. So everyone who got 10 or above, you recognize that whether it be from the quality of this sand that's falling down, or from recognizing the distance that you traveled from Eevee's underground, this is definitely sand from the Deadly Desert.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to ask how far we went.
That's good.
And on that revelation, we will wrap for this evening.
Because that works with our other part of the business, right? Interesting.
Yeah. Awesome.
Curious?
Yeah.
Because my impulse is always to fix things. I was like, I don't know, there's sand falling. I'm glad I didn't touch it.
I really was being like, oh, well, gotta touch it, obviously. Like, right?
Obviously, you've got to go over there and stick your hand. You've got to... Oh, also, I'm not sure I emphasized the size of this. This tunnel that you guys have been walking down has been like, like 6 feet by like 8 feet in kind of a more or less dome over the flat floor. But this is in like a room. This is in like a space that is, easily, 12 by 12. And this is a massive, this circle takes up most of it.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
But again, it's a huge, the circle is thick. It's like it's 2 feet thick of like bands. So whatever this thing is doing, it is serious spellcraft. Lots and lots of energy is going into this. If it's moving energy, it's moving a fuck ton of it.
That's a
And
thick
the
spell.
sand when it falls down, when the sand falls down, it's just kind of like not falling normally, but it's not like going anywhere itself, right?
Nope, it's just going. It's just sort of falling. It's grains of sand, but unlike that sort of like pouring through thing, it's falling very, very lightly, more like dust than sand. But those of you with keen eyesight can see that it's grains of sand. They're the size of grains of sand. Nothing has changed about it. They're just falling, glittering very, very slowly.
My monkey eyes are huge.
Your monkey eyes are huge.
What do you see with your monkey eyes?
I see
Melbourne.
sand drifting down like dust.
Taking the sand to
Dust
Isengard.
in the wind. That's a perfect note to end on Ash Wednesday.
Dust in the wind.
Oh shit,
is
it's
it?
Ash Wednesday. Oh, I'm the
Oh.
worst. I'm the worst Episcopalian.
That's fine.
Anyway. All right. So that's where we're going to end for today. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thank you, Hope for TTRPGs, for rating us. I hope that you enjoyed the very end of our stream. And please, if you enjoyed any parts of this, please check us out. Check on Live from the Apocalypse. We've got a Twitter feed. We've got a Discord link. We will be posting. Yes, all of those doodads are now being posted in the chat. Come on, check us out. You can see our back videos on Twitch. This is only the 3rd episode, so there's not a whole backlog to watch if you want to check out the rest of Fury Brick Road. We will be back on the 16th of March. for another thrilling adventure in the magical land of Ev, not Oz. It's Ev at the moment.
It's not
grim.
a merry old land, it's a magical land.
It's grim. It's whimsy.
Grimsy.
Grimsy.
That's catchy. I like it.
I love it.
All right.
What use of it?
Andy, you who are running our stream, are we gonna raid anybody? Are we gonna? Yeah, you.
Oh.
Fred,
Sorry,
you guy.
Johnny Jameson. is the
Oh,
name.
sorry, Johnny Jameson.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Johnny. Okay. Don't make me sick the ducks on you.
I'm just ducking around too
Duck
much.
around.
Duck around and find out.
Around.
Yeah, we're gonna do a raid. We're gonna find someone to raid. So don't go anywhere. I'm gonna pull this up right now. Let's see. Ooh, ADHD Adventures. Seems fun. This seems
This
fun.
is my life.
That's a good name.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Tracy and I are both definitely on that train.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
Let's
Great, great,
pop
great.
into their D&D game. But
This is our raid dance.
raid dance. So
It's
yeah.
either that or quack, 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 quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
Oh no. But yeah, we're gonna go to the thanks for watching screen, so you can just see some of the stuff coming up, and then we'll jump into the raid. So don't go anywhere. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you guys. See you in a couple
Thank
weeks.
you.
Bye.
Thanks, y'all.